This episode of Sessions with Stef is brought to you by our partner, Fearless Sounds. Francesca Sacerdoti, along with her amazing team, take care of every artist's needs when it comes to marketing, playlist placement, advertising, and artist management. You can follow Fearless Sounds on Instagram and Facebook, or just give them a call at 514-409-6061. Thank you, Francesca, and thank you, Fearless Sounds. And now, we present to you our latest session with Stef. Happy New Year! No. It's not. It's the 3rd of January, I believe.
Wait, it's
Nothing
changed.
changed. Nothing changed. We're still drinking. So I'm pouring drinks because I have my extremely good buddy.
My favorite.
Is it your favorite?
Yeah.
This was a gift, actually, from Francesca, which is Fearless Sounds. We're having a nice... I shouldn't be showing it, but it's a bottle of Glenfiddich. And... we're going to see how much we can get through tonight on this Sessions with Stef, because this is a special one. They're all special, but I have a blast every time it's Charles. Bro, this guy is the best.
Good to be back.
A dear friend from many years. He was one of the first that I called when I started Sessions with Stef, but that was like 2 years ago.
About that, yeah.
It's about 2 years ago, because right now on this albums, and he's doing the damn truth, and they sound
Nice.
great, and he wanted them to do it.
Yeah.
It was it's anyway fantastic. So now it's a new year, and you have to start off strong the new year, and Charlie
Absolutely.
is definitely the way to go to start off strong. But before, as per usual, we've got some there's news, because I have a couple of sponsors.
Yeah.
You know what, let's do the sponsors, and then I'll talk about the new news that I got recently, and I'm so happy. So now, to start off, we all buy a house in our life. Yeah. We all have to sell houses. We all know that it sucks, and there's so many details you need to know. It's so hard to find the right house. It's so hard to
No, this is where you can contact,
Nice.
you can go straight there and place your order in bulk because
Wow.
it's so worth
Wow.
it. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Taralli d'Amore.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And the news of the year for me, for 2024, is that we got an endorsement deal.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
It's fantastic, bro. I love it. And maybe you can use it as well. Because basically mastering, we all get mastering done. So this guy, I mean, his name is Raphael. He's amazing. But the company is called mastermallow.com. It's a website and it's AI that does the mastering. And I compared it to, like, I took a song that I had mastered by an audio specialist and I got it done through this AI, through the website. And I couldn't tell the difference.
Well, I won't say who because I don't want to discredit the sponsor, but my mastering, the past work I've been doing with Peter Rinaldo, it's all been done with AI.
With AI,
All of
okay.
it, yeah.
So this guy, I mean, but I can.
Early teenager,
Wow.
as a friend, musically, back in the day, we had the big culture in the East End. We
Yeah.
had all the crazy bands, which
This is
your brother was
amazing.
also part of.
Yeah.
And you were a little younger.
Yeah,
You
I
still
was.
are.
A little bit, but I used to follow you guys everywhere.
Yeah.
All the amazing.
Well, I
bands.
mean, we were performing everywhere back
Yeah.
then, and we'd crisscross each other. And then our hub was Jackie's, Cafe Jackie's.
Yeah.
And so that, we would always see each other once a week, twice a week, once a month,
He was with the Outskirts back then.
The Outskirts.
right? Which
Then
they're
there
still
was-
going.
there
They're
was-
called the
There
Skirts
was Missing Link. There was, before that, there was Child.
Child.
After
I remember
that.
Child, absolutely.
Yeah,
Wow.
so, there's just a history.
And now
that-
he's doing this. Look
Yeah.
how beautiful this stuff is.
Crazy
man.
stuff.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's all over, guys. If you ever come to film
Yeah.
a podcast or even just watch us film a podcast, there's artwork everywhere. We chose these three tonight. I don't know why. I like him.
Well, they're nice.
They're nice. Yeah. He does some really nice work. But and great guy, and he lets me use the fucking place here for free. I mean, come on, man. He's the best.
What a friend, eh?
He's the best. He's the best. So now, last time you were on, we spoke about how you started and all of that. Now I want to talk more about how you're doing, because now you're doing a lot of it. You're solo. You're a solo artist. You're playing. Wow, we played on the track together.
Yes, that was fun.
Danny Rossi's track. That was
Rock My Holiday.
Rock My Holiday. What a track that was, man. A lot of fun.
So I met Danny. Well, I knew Danny before, but through Facebook, like we kind of became really good friends. Yeah. Well, I knew of him. He's younger as well.
Yeah.
So when I stopped doing the rock stuff in the early '90s, they were the up and coming new guys in the neighborhood. So I always knew Danny, but not like now. And then one day says, "Hey, I'm doing stuff. I'm inviting a whole bunch of different people on different tracks," and I'm like, "I'm in." And at first,
You're in. You were the track, man. It was great.
No, but not just that. Anything. I didn't know. I hadn't done anything yet, right? So there was in between, like, okay, how much is he going to charge me? He never asked, but I said, dude, I come, I show up with my guitar, whatever, a glass of water, whatever, and that's what I do. I love it. And so we did that, but I didn't know you were on the track until he released it. So back in the day, I mean, everybody came in, you did your tracks with the drums and you mic, and now it's like, okay, I'm gonna come in, okay, I'm gonna play, and let's play, and okay, all right, I left, and okay.
So you did it at the studio with Kevin?
Yeah, but I
didn't go in. I did it at home.
Yeah, well, I did it at home too, but Kevin wanted me to plug into his rig because Kevin's a guitar player. So for sure, it's like, let's do it here. Bring, and plus I had never met Kevin in person.
Okay, cool.
So now I have a new friend, and it's just so nice being there. It's just so comfortable, and it's got that old kind of studio vibe. Then today everybody has their little monitor and their thing.
Yeah.
So he plugged me in. I forget the name of the amp, but it was like, just big wall of guitars. So then he released the video and he tagged you.
Yeah.
And it was wow.
How awesome is this guy? He even put us. So we get like kind of rights on it as well. Remember he sent out
he gave us a percentage on DistroKid, nice. and that the summer he got married.
Yeah.
And he did another track.
Yes, and he sang it at his wedding.
Yeah, and he says, dude, you gotta play like 80s guitar. And again, we did it all over again. Wow. And then I found out it was Van Halen.
Okay.
Why did I forget it? Alexander Goudreau.
Yeah.
And his brother Ryan, they're twins.
Okay.
And Alexander's like, his bass drums, I think, 192 inches. And his brother Ryan's a great guitar player too. I've jammed with them, and they're twins. They're identical twins. It's just so nice to be in a room. And he played, and I didn't know till after. And it just got fun, And,
so you're meeting the band after the songs are released.
Yeah, well, not even meeting. It's a pop-up on Facebook, And then, but it's fun. It's nice because I don't do music professionally like you.
Yeah.
I don't gig. I do maybe 1 or 2 shows a year, and it's nice that somebody considers having me on their recording. You
killed Rock My Holiday. You killed that so.
Thanks, but I mean, before that, it could have been anybody else.
Yeah.
It just worked out that he chose me, and I think I gave him
amazing track.
And we got into that. Chugging, I put a little bit of Stevie in there, a little bit of Brian Setzer.
Sounded great.
With the big, heavy guitars,
I remember I did. See, he goes, I don't know what I want on this. He goes, I kind of think I hear a keyboard. And I got the track, and your guitars were on. I go, oh, fuck, Charles killed it. And I did a piano track. I said, but I'm not a fan of the piano track because with the guitar, it was too much. I said, I don't want to take away from his guitar playing is so great in this track. And I did a track, and then I did, let me do another track, and I did an organ track. And when I sent him, I said, listen, I did the piano you had asked. I'm not crazy about the piano. I think the guitar needs to stand out. It's a guitar tune. Fuck the piano.
Oh, thanks. I didn't know that.
No, it's true. And I said, but do what you want. If you want to use it, go ahead. And he wrote back, he goes, dude, the organ made the guitar stand out. It was what it needed to fill up the sound. And I said, good, because I the piano track was it's licks in the middle, but you got the licks going, and it's.
But even the track, like the lyrics, they're so fun. And when I first got it, on the rhythm section, if you hear it now in your head, I added like that George Thorogood. Ka-chunk,
Absolutely.
And then I was like, wow. So then I recorded at home. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're expecting with this. And I love it.
He freaked out,
And then we just replicated at Kevin's place.
That's amazing, man. Amazing.
But thank you.
So basically, from recording, you've been recording yourself songs.
I've been recording songs. Well, before COVID, we did a couple of gigs, one or two gigs together, but the one at the Chateaubriand. And at that time, I was working on Ari Sky's career, which she's a young artist from Montreal, and that was my focus musically. Parents, we interact, and it's all good, but that's a choice she made for herself. So I was like, what am I gonna do now, right? Like it was fun being on the other side of the desk, but music is in us, and I have my little studio in my house. I have about 10 guitars, and I play all the time. I write a lot of songs on piano, although I'm not a piano player. And so what do I do now? And so she quit. So I was absorbing all this, and bang, COVID. And I'm like,
what the hell else are we going to do now?
So we all got shut down, and I got shut down for 3 months before they let my trades go back to work. And I'm like, I'm doing this. So I started releasing my own music. I called Peter, and he's like, yeah, okay, but you're going to have to do the tracks at your house. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I have a studio, but I don't know how to use it like properly. I know what's going on there, where to put the track. And he's like, just go zero. Don't make anything peak.
We're good to go.
And so I started playing with my gear. And I have a really good Neumann. Right? So that helped. And I have acoustic microphone. Okay, another track. Now, that's like, don't even do another track. I got a few good pieces. I'll copy paste. And I'm like, what?
What do you mean?
But so yeah, I'm home, and I'm doing this stuff. So he puts it down, the bass tracks, sends them to me, and now he says, record your guitar. So I start, and I'm like, hey, I could do this, right? So I send the guitars, he sends them back mixed in the track. I'm like, wow.
Whoa, what's happening?
And
Peter, by the way, Peter Ronaldo, shout out to Peter, because he's phenomenal.
Peter Ronaldo is a hidden gem.
Hidden?
Well, hidden because
everybody knows he's a
beast. But I mean, like he's done stuff that nobody knows about, and he's so humble, and he's very quiet,
super quiet dude, super nice,
and,
but man,
he's not on text. He emails me. It's like so that's what I mean by, but he's worked with Mario Pelcha and like big Quebec artists, and he's working. He's one of the few people I know that own a studio that's working all the time, 365 days a year.
There's not many that work on that. The Damn Truth, same thing. Eric Orsi there, that studio runs really well.
And they have a big network of people.
Danny Ginelli, those three studios, Planet Studios, Peter, and they're like always working, but they're all amazing.
And they cater to, like, especially I forget what they're called, their studio, but Dave's and Derek's.
The Freak Shop.
The Freak Shop, that's right, sorry. They have this whole culture of bands, they're always going to have somebody walking in and out there because they understand that community.
And Danny Ginelli at Planet, he's got some huge artists that go through there.
Yeah, but he's got the gear, and he's been around forever. But he's got the gear. He's got and the places are
I did a video
every room. You know, I've done construction there.
Okay.
I've done soundproofing
wow.
and you just walk in and you're in awe, and it's the piano and
big space you got. Yeah.
So Danny's studio is like for grade A musicians that have budgets.
Yeah.
And the Freak Shop, they're into like, you know,
like niche kind of niche
that
material.
niche stuff.
They're
And
fantastic.
Peter, he works with everybody. He's got rock, he's got jazz, he's got and he's also, but Corey Hart's not on tour, but when Corey Hart's on tour, Danny plays for Corey Hart. But Peter's played with Glass Tiger. He's done.
I remember Peter with Glass Tiger. That's
but now I think a lot of his work is with Nicola Ciccone.
Okay.
And Bobby Bazzini.
Oh, he does with Bobby.
Yeah, but there's others.
Drummer. I know the drummer.
Which are probably not as commercial, but corporate stuff.
With Bobby Bazzini is
Talaro. There was Talaro. Mario.
What a beast, man. I love that guy. Holy shit, he's so good.
Mario is the drummer or one of the drummers, and Peter is one of the keyboard players.
That's cool.
Mostly Peter.
We need to have another.
Go ahead. It's after the holidays. So, when is
Wait, did the holidays finish? What?
Non-drinking month. When is it? It's February.
Never.
So we're in January.
What? There's a non-drinking month? No.
I heard. That's what I heard.
Now,
It's a
now
rumor.
forget it.
Maybe I'm the Bogazon. I don't know. I can't hear. That's
Never heard that rumor.
Salud.
Salud, man.
So myself, I started recording stuff, and then, I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this properly, and it was just for fun. Because we get older, and I'm not planning to go on tour. And today I get like 3-4 emails a week. Yeah, we could promote your tour and we could help you. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going on tour, so forget it. Let's just concentrate on whatever happens on social media.
You're doing it for you. Not
and we know Spotify, nothing's gonna come out of that.
Yeah.
And everything else, and YouTube, you need 1,000 this and 10,000 hours of that, and then you get a check of $12.80. So it has nothing to do with money, and we're gonna get into that right after I say what I'm saying. So I'm like, I'm gonna do this properly. So coincidentally, I meet Marco Yamateo, who's my videographer, who's done all my videos. And because I did music for Teresa Picciano, for her 2 movies.
For the movies,
with Mario Beffarali and Giacinto Salerno, Gigi. So
we've had them all on the podcast.
They're all here.
So that's why I mentioned them, and so that's our community, right?
Yeah.
And so I did these songs. I put together, with Mario, and Gigi worked on Maiden Date, and Mario and I worked on 55 and Maiden Date. So we did, these waltzes, like Italian style instrumentals for the movie. And so I met Marco, right? So I'm like, Marco, I need, I want to shoot some videos, but I have 0 budget. So I'm back to when we were 16. So he's like, well,
it's the music business.
No, but we worked it out. And, I set up his kitchen. I did, so there was a barter system, right? And he's just so great to work with because it's one camera. We go out, and he lives in East Laval, like on Lebec, like right before Terrebonne, and there's his backyard's like greenery. It's how do you say that? Cultural.
Very, very,
And we've been working ever since. And then the Christmas one we did in his house with a backdrop, But so Can't Stop Running. We sat down, and I'm like, I want this. This is what I want, because it's a song about that average guy in a little town who wants to run away and doesn't want to know anything anymore about anybody. Mm-hmm. And I'm leaving. One day I'm leaving, and I'm going to leave. One day I'm really going to leave. Yeah. But he never leaves, So the video starts with my son, who was much younger than, on a skateboard with a guitar.
I
And it's
remember
supposed
that.
to be me when I'm young. And then there's me. And then Marco got his grandfather to play me when I was old.
Oh, my
So his grandfather's acting like a guitar player. So it's, for me, that's I'm saying all this because you asked me, you know, what I'm doing this to kind of défouler and do what I do, and to leave my legacy on
There's
video
something there,
for my son to appreciate. I know he does in his weird little way because he's a teenager, like you know. But and for me, my personal, I did it, and then you know, other songs came, the Italian stuff, and one day Peter and I think you're gonna be showing it. So
Yeah, the next hit, yeah, for sure.
Peter says, you know, he goes, you write too many ballads. I'm a sob story, you know. So it's like, you got to write something a little more upbeat. So I'm like, okay, give me 20 minutes. I think I've told you this story
Yes,
before.
you told 20 minutes.
So I went downstairs and I wrote Kissing in 20 minutes. I sent him like, yeah, I swear to God, lyrics, everything, the whole thing. And you know, and then he's like, dude, where'd you get this? I said, I wrote it 20. You told me I told you 20, whatever, 20, 30 minutes,
Yeah,
whatever it
whatever
was. It was less than an hour, you know? So that was it. So now, here we are again. Marco Yamateo,
Yeah.
full video.
Let's see the video.
There was, yeah.
Let's see this
Let's go.
20-minute song. Let's see this song written in 20 minutes, how amazing it is. I love this, man. I love stories like this. And here we go.
So that's me and my wife driving. And the song takes us back to our youth. So
cute.
no, we got an actor and an actress. The actress is Selena Lemme. And,
Okay.
and the young boy, I don't remember.
You're even getting actors and actresses.
Yeah. So this is Marco's backyard, basically.
Oh my God.
And I got that truck. So I put an ad out in Facebook, and I said, if you know a friend who has a truck that looks like this, call me. So I get like 20. And then my friend Mike writes me and says, I got this guy Robert, he's got that one. I'm like, oh, so beautiful, you know? And that color apparently it's called patina, and it comes from the States.
Okay.
And they refurbish old Ford trucks
Like that.
to run again.
I love this. It's got that country feel.
Yeah. Well, that's the direction I went in, right? So, and it's also hard to be taken serious because we're from Montreal. All the country guys are from Nashville, and they got the twang, and they got the, you know. No, it doesn't. But I'm saying, you know, you have to make it convincing too, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, capture the sounds, capture the right tones in the guitars. So we planned all this, right? I think I told you on the phone. So now, you know, usually we do the big don't stop what you're doing, wait, you know, on Instagram and stuff. The new drop coming soon, right?
Yeah.
So I released this. That morning I wake up, bang, right?
This is
I release this, bang, the video goes live, and now I'm not getting anything. Usually when I drop a video, within 24 hours, thank God and thank everybody, I get 1,000 views first 24 hours.
Yeah.
Every video,
Of course.
like thank you, you know. And now I'm getting nothing. I'm like, what's going on? And that day, Facebook died.
Oh no!
So I got nothing, right? So you don't get that back. You don't get that second chance. So the day after, I wrote a funny post like my video broke the internet yesterday. You know, and here we are. So you know, a lot of people like the stuff. A lot of bloggers from other countries with fearless sound. You know, Francesca gets us some feedback. You know, I get really good reviews, you know, and they're on my website, and you know, some, I stop running, somebody compared my guitars to the Edge, which is weird because I'm not a big U2 guy.
Yeah.
And there I'm like, wow, you know, and then
We'll
it was
play
like,
with Johnny Moto.
yeah, why not? That job's taken. So we get, and we get nice feedback. Bon Jovi, there's a bit of this, and a bit of that, you know.
Well,
so,
I do hear the influences for sure. I don't hear
well,
the edge.
I no, not on this song.
Yeah, but on the other.
Can't Stop Running.
Amazing, man.
And so see, I include my son in my first video, my wife's in this video, and then there's the Italian stuff that we released, and now I'm working on 2 more, and one you heard. I sent you a preview,
great,
and that I'm waiting for the new year to pass because. Kind of thing.
Oh, sweet.
And we'll see, you know. And there's another one called Old Country Road. It's a piano ballad.
Oh, nice.
And, it's a common title, but I think the chorus is just like it makes me...
You feel it.
It's warm, you know. And so that's it. So it's more for me. Then when there's the couple of shows a year that I do, it's fun. I'm getting away from that too a little bit because I really wanted to put together a band, but it's so hard because everybody's busy. Or now, you call younger musicians, they all want to get paid. They want to get paid for rehearsal, and they deserve it. Everybody deserves to get paid, but I can't afford to spend $4,000 of rehearsals to do a gig for $800, and then I still
But we have all with sessions with Stef. We have a group of guys and girls that we can call that can do anything you want.
No, but even that, like even guys, my friends,
of course,
like just me right now. My kid has hockey 4 times a week. So one guy I kick him Thursday, the other guy, forget it, man. See you next year.
Rehearsals are, you know what? When we do like December Rose, it's independent music, right? So it's not like everybody's heard it, and when you have to learn, like if I have to learn September, okay, I've played it a million times. Okay, when you play covers is one. When you play originals, you gotta listen to it. And you gotta. So like December Rose, we literally we put together an hour and a half show. It's 2 rehearsals. Before the show because we want to do more. No, but I need to get to that point where then it's, hey, we got a gig. Yeah. And then we rehearse 2 hours. Yeah. But I have new material, and then there would be some covers that I already chose. Yeah. That I wanna toy with. Those people have to learn those too because they're not common songs. It's always what I mean? It's not like the wedding circuit. There might be 10 new songs for you, but the catalogs are usually all the same. Yeah. And if they're not, you've played those songs already for somebody at some time. But when you're doing original stuff, like you said, it's demanding for the people that are there. Yeah. And then and you also, it's your stuff. So if you hear it apart, your input is important. Yeah. I want more of that. The drummer, like he could play it amazing, but there's a feel that you want. Yeah. So it's like, I want it a little bit more. You have to tweak it. It's your song, so you need to tweak it how you like it, and it's work. I mean, it's you don't do a rehearsal with 10 songs. Yeah. Original. It doesn't happen. It's like you work 3 or 4, and then you do another 3 or 4. So we did it through the years, and that's why we're there now. But still. I've been doing the acoustic stuff, like I did for Ital Fest with Tommy Borgia. Yeah. And I need more than that, like we all do. Yeah. Like I can't do the acoustic stuff. Like I'll come and I could do it by myself. Yeah. I could do it with Tommy. I could do it with another 2 guitar players. It's amazing. Like you did in recording. But I want to go on stage with a band with and like nothing beats that. Yeah. And again, it's logistics more than anything. And then of course. You do the club circuit. It's not like 1985. The club circuit now is 1985. You would tour to promote your album, but then you made money on the album. 1985, I would call your brother and say, Marco, I need a keyboard player. The only thing he would probably say is, dude, who's paying the beer? Now it's how much are you paying? So it's a different dynamic. And again, everybody deserves to get paid.
But there has to be a reason for somebody like me to invest that kind of money on rehearsal time alone, and then you got to pay for the gig and whatever.
And of course, sound, audio, lighting, it's all part of the show. Nowadays, it's not like you just jump on any stage.
Yeah.
You have a look. There's a color coordination you need to do. The show has to look a certain way because it's your stuff. So you want to present it how you would be touring. And then the first time you do it, you got to pay a videographer to show what your show would look like. What does Charles look like? You need a guy to come. Just a fucking video guy is $1,000, $2,000, $3,000.
And before you'd play a club, they all had their light shows.
Yeah.
They had all this stuff. You know, maybe not the videographer. Now it's like a wedding, right?
Yeah.
The couple sets up their hall.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you got to pay for the chairs. You got to pay for the lights. You got to pay for 100%. The decor. But it doesn't mean that it'll make you advance to the next step in your head, in the fantasy of it, right? So what happened is everybody's promoting themselves through social media, but nobody's playing live.
Yeah.
And that's where the focus is.
Yeah.
But it's a catch-22 because now you play live, nobody's paying you.
Yeah. Yeah, now,
Nobody's paying you to do 3 sets.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So now you're a broke artist, you know, and nobody's paying you, and you're hoping that you're gonna go viral on social media, and you're just going in circles.
You know what? Viral is important, but it doesn't pay you either.
No,
you need to be smart enough to monetize that, or else.
Yes, absolutely. But I'm saying on an average day, people that like to play. You know, people that know how to monetize, they're gonna do it. It's because they understand the technology, right? But I'm saying the viral part is nice because your fan club grows, your numbers grow. But I'm talking real stuff, like you have 10,000 followers, you post, you get 1,000 likes, 200 comments, not 8 likes and nobody cares, because then those 10,000
I played with Emmanuel.
Have no value.
You know Emmanuel Caplet? She's an amazing drummer. She's a top-end drummer in Quebec, probably the best in Quebec for sure. She's world-renowned. Yeah. Like when she puts an Instagram post, she gets 5, 6, 7, 800 comments.
Yeah.
Like in half an hour.
That's engagement.
Yeah.
No, but that's what engagement means.
And
you know what I mean?
But she does, like, that doesn't bring her money. So she works. Yeah. She works on she plays on Ballet Bomb. She plays everywhere.
But somebody's hiring her because she's that good.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. So you got to take that.
Yeah.
And the problem with a lot of them is they're good at what they do and they're good at Instagram. But then if they have to go play a show.
Yeah. But
I could sing this song and that song. Like you said before, some people will sing the same song for 20 years. Yeah. Yeah, but now you have to sing 10 songs. Oh, no, I could do 2.
Yeah. But let's say they do the 10 songs, right? Yeah. And their Instagram is up to date, right? Yeah. People are actually following you for what you do, exactly what you do, right? You're going to have an audience. But then you got to be ready to do the show, to perform, right? And you have to be well rehearsed, and you need to have the merchandising knowledge, because today, I was speaking to a friend of mine who's a 17-time Grammy award-winning producer.
Wow.
Who was born in Italy, grew up here, went to Berkeley, moved to LA, and he's His name is Benny Facone, and I was introduced to him by Mario Befrali.
good. Yeah.
And Benny's one of my clients. So I've done work at his house here in Ildesar. And he doesn't talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
But he's like, you know? And so he mixed supernatural. So that's all I have to tell you. And everything. He's worked with Barbara Streisand and all the big Latin. So he's a Latin, you know, Luis Miguel. And,
Yeah. Wow.
right? So when I
Louis is
released
huge.
Can't Stop Running, I was like, we're having lunch, and I'm like, fuck, nobody cares, you know? And he's like, dude, goes, we're back to when Elvis was around, and the 50s and 60s. They didn't get paid for their albums. They didn't get paid to sing on an album. They got paid to tour, sell T-shirts, clocks, Elvis clocks.
And that's where it's at now.
And that's where you're back at today.
Yeah.
You know, and the expectations are high today because before that was the culture.
Yeah.
Today I lived the days where in the 80s, you know, in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s up to 2000, the people, they were buying jets. You know, Zeppelin had their own jet. Bon Jovi had their own jet. These guys, millionaires, you know, like hundreds of millions of dollars. Today, you don't sell 20 million albums, real, like tangible, that you hold in your hand, that you put in a record player or a CD. Today, it's Spotify, it's that, you know. So if you're not Taylor Swift, you know, and even her, look, you know, people are paying $1,500 for a ticket, you know.
Well, because that's where their money comes in.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's Taylor Swift. But now between the I'm trying to make it and Taylor Swift, the gap is even bigger. It's wider. So
And also, there's a lot more competition. So back in Elvis's days, there wasn't many people that could sing like Elvis. Like he had a talent. So there was, but now, I mean, hey, people go to school and they practice their craft at 12 years old. They're monsters.
Yeah.
And so, like, sometimes I look at a lot of independent artists and I say, your stuff is fantastic. But just keep in mind, I don't want to be mean, but like you, there's another million artists that are just as good.
yeah, and they're 4 years old.
Yeah.
They're
Right?
4 years old.
So there's more competition too, right? So you can be viral and all you want, but there's there's 100 people or 1,000 that are viral like you.
There's the other example. Did you ever hear of Sophie Lloyd?
No.
Okay, so Sophie Lloyd, I've been following her like 10 years. Beautiful girl, British, beautiful blonde rocker.
Okay.
She plays guitar like I don't want to play anymore when I see her play. and she pose. And okay, she's super beautiful, like model-esque, right? And so she posts. So now you're listening to her because she's that good, right? And perseverance, and she worked her viewership and her followership and engagement, and wow, okay, now it's a Metal Monday. She does Iron Maiden.
Okay.
You know?
Wow.
And last year she got signed to what's his name? Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay.
So now she's his guitar player.
Yeah.
So those are 1 in 10 million. But it's the perseverance and the being relatable, being new, being fresh, being, you know.
Well, remember a girl guitar player in our day, there was 2, if you're lucky. Now, I mean, Nita Strauss is touring with Alice Cooper, and she has her own stuff going.
No, but back to that. Now
it was like Michael Jackson was the cool guy.
8 years old. They're like, it's crazy. You know, I follow this kid. There's Nandi Bushnell, who got discovered by David Grohl.
Okay.
She's from England.
Oh, okay.
She's a black kid. She played the show for
Dave Grohl's band.
but the drummer that died, it's tip of my tongue.
Not Cornell. Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins.
So she was on the tribute show.
Okay.
This kid. So if
How
you
old
see
is
her,
she?
now she's 12, 13. But there's another kid, Canadian. Her name is Taya something. And she has like almost 200,000 followers.
Oh, there's so
She's
many
15.
now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So you got to keep up with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these kids, those two, besides that they're great, they know how to work their Instagram and their Facebook and their TikTok. And they know how to work it, right?
Absolutely.
So are they going to ever make money? No. But they're going to get gigs like the girl you mentioned. Because it's not about, you know.
Well, she's, I mean, she was discovered by Toto. So that's how she became.
Yes, but
she got her followers,
but
and then
your-
she had a band with Andy
your
Summers.
social media, Andy Summer. We're going to talk about Andy
Yeah.
Summer. Your social media is your business card.
Yeah,
today.
nowadays, yeah.
That's what it is.
That's
Your
what
digital business card.
Yeah.
And if people don't see your work, it's like kind of like me, right?
Yeah.
Like people call me, hey, I heard you do bathrooms. You remodel bathrooms. Yes. Okay. What do you do? Well, I do this, that. And when
you
I come
charge?
over, I'll show you pictures. Yeah, that's of course. You know, you walk in, I have a budget, and but then I say, hey, you have Facebook? And they're like, yeah. So I send them my Facebook page where I have pictures.
All the pictures.
It's called Le Rénovation CV.
Yeah.
And they get to see that I'm not just a guy, yeah, you know, with the measuring tape. And this is my work.
picture with the-
You know, this is my work.
Yeah.
But when I give a business card, which I don't do anymore,
Who keeps a business card?
nobody cares because I never got a job.
Supposed to get a business card at work.
Yeah.
For
I
what?
know, I'm like,
Yeah. No, but nobody ever called me
Did
on
you
a
ever see the
business
new
card.
business cards now? You beep. It's
It's
like that. You see,
digital.
it's got a.
Yeah, QR code.
No, but now they have like it's a card that you don't give it to people. It's your own card, and you just tap it on their phone, and your information goes there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you buy this card, it's like $100, and it's your card, and you just tap it on people's phone.
Have everybody's phone. Ding, ding,
They
ding.
did, yeah. But anyway.
So now you mentioned Andy Summers.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about Andy Summers.
Sure.
tonight.
Yeah.
So that-
She had a band with her. with
Yeah.
him.
And it's crazy because my three go-to influences.
Okay.
Like I love everything, but Beatles,
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Elvis,
Uh-huh.
and the Police.
Police. Wow.
Okay.
That's
So
that's
so the
amazing.
Police, since I was 14, when they
Yeah.
when they started to become before Ghost in the Machine.
Okay.
So I was a fan a little bit before Ghost in the Machine. So they were already out because they came out in '77.
Yeah.
And huge fan. I've seen them at the Spectrum.
Stuart.
Yeah, Stuart Copeland is just
There's nobody like him. Nobody like him.
that bell,
Yeah.
everything. But that bell, you could hear it. Like
And the originality is like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro?
and the whole band, right? So I've seen them. I saw them at the Spectrum.
Okay.
I saw them at the stadium.
Wow.
Then I saw them here at the Bell Center when they came with Best Buy, their last tour.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw Sting a couple years ago, a year or two ago, and so I went to see Andy Summers in October here. I forget the name of the club in the Gay Village.
Okay.
Okay, I was sitting here and he was 12 feet on stage, like so.
Yeah.
It was, and I was expecting 400 or 500 people. I don't think we were even 200. So he comes on, and he is one of my biggest guitar influences that I forgot, you know, and I just picked up 2 tickets and I'm going, right, and he comes out and he's 80 years old,
Yeah. Now he's.
you know,
Yeah.
but he looks 45. And he says, you know, tonight, with his British accent, I'm going to do whatever I want because I'm fucking rich and I don't need to be here. Like, that's what he says.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just starts to play. And I'm like, that's what guitar is about. You know, there's many things of what guitar is about. But this guy went from jazz to rock
Fusion.
to punk.
A lot of fusion, yeah.
To things. And there's his book, One Last Train, which I read a few years ago. It's just so crazy because Andy Summers is in the background of history. Like he's not rated one of the top.
No. But
know?
he should be.
Yes. So he's part of the British invasion.
Yeah.
And nobody really knows that. So he was the first guy out of all those guys to meet Jimi Hendrix. Like they were in a room, they jammed together in London.
Oh, shit.
Right? And then there's this story, which is crazy. He owned a Les Paul,
Okay.
right? A black Les Paul. And he was one of the very few people who owned that Les Paul. So Eric Clapton used to harass him. I want to buy your Les Paul. And I need to buy your Les Paul. I want your Les Paul. Whatever. I'm not quoting, but in the book, that's how it sounded. And Andy's like, no, just go to the store. They have the identical one. Just buy it, right? So Eric Clapton went to buy it. One night, it gets stolen. So now he comes back. I want to buy your last guy. So Andy Beloved says, okay, whatever. He sold it to him. He goes, and that's what the guitar on Cream's first album.
No.
Yes, this is in the book.
Holy
so
shit.
I'm like, these guys, you know, because we dream sometimes still, you know, and I'm going to be 85.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to have that fantasy because we're little boys, right? We're little girls. When we do music, we're just kids. And it was like, what a story. But when you think like Andy Summers, Clapton, Beck, the Stones, the Yardbirds, like Kinks, anything like these guys were actually friends of some kind. Yeah. And if not, they used to bump into each other. And this whole time, this whole era revolutionized rock and roll.
Absolutely, yeah.
To like crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, because when the Beatles came, I mean, it changed.
No, but they knew each other. Yeah. They jammed with each other. You know what I mean?
It's
like
funny how it's
like I sold you the guitar that became a historical sound of a new band called Cream, which is Eric Clapton. It's like it's like if you don't know the story, you don't piece it together. You know. So now I got this guy. He's playing and he's not well rehearsed. He came there to amuse me, to amuse us, but it's Andy Summers, and I'm like, I'm so happy I came because I had forgotten what he had given to me musically.
Wow.
You know, because you know when people that know me, they think I'm this guy from a hair metal band from the 80s. But and
well,
I am. No, but there's so much that, you know, and there's, you know, guitar players like Phil Collin from Def Leppard that that's a complete Andy Summers ripoff. So there's all these guys that we don't, you know, we don't know, and it's this guy that got forgotten by the
echelon of
like. This year's
are they in the Hall of Fame? The police?
Probably,
they should be. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and so that's my Andy Summers story. And he came, you know, we waited for him outside. He came out and he's like, I'm not doing this, and he got in his car. But just the stories, they're crazy, you know, and they're, you know, they all speak about each other. There's still the fraternity, even though there was the Eagles and
just the Eagles too. What about here? I usually do a bunch of segments. I'm gonna do one or two with you. So obviously, because this leads into it. So would you say that that's your favorite concert that you've been to?
My favorite, what, Andy Summers?
Yeah.
Andy Summers was really intimate. It was kind of like what Geddy Lee did a couple months ago, right? Like he sat down and explained his book. So Andy Summers was really like him playing guitar, and he was showing his photography.
Oh, okay. So he didn't have a band and all that.
No, it was all it was all tape. It was all him with the pre-recorded music, and a giant screen of all his photography. And then he was telling stories where this picture came from, and then, you know, how things happened in life for him.
Okay.
And so my favorite show, I mean, it's really hard because I saw so many for cheap. Yeah. Like I saw Ozzy for $12.
Oh fuck.
At the Forum, I saw Van Halen.
Can't even get parking for $12.
I saw Pink Floyd in '87 at the Forum. I saw Van Halen. I saw David Lee Roth with Steve Vai.
Oh.
I saw Whitesnake with Steve Vai. I saw the Scorpions first row at the Forum. It was like, I think my ears were bleeding.
Yeah.
Steve Vai's going on tour, you know that?
Yeah, I saw with the Joe Satriani.
No, sorry, it's Joe Satriani that's going with
Van Halen. With Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, Sammy Hagar and all that.
And I saw the Police at the stadium.
Wow.
And that night there was Peter Tosh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. The first time ever that anybody saw Stevie Ray Vaughan as himself was at the stadium.
Oh, shit.
You know, it was crazy. You know, and this is like 85, 84.
So is there one that sticks in memory?
One that sticks in memory that... It's hard to say, man. It's really hard to say. I would say like Van Halen. The first time I saw Pink Floyd.
Van Halen, did you see like 5150
No,
album?
no. I saw 1984.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
sweet.
So I'm like, I was 15.
David Lee Roth, man.
No, it was History.
Yeah.
I saw History, and then there was one of my recent favorite shows was Roger Waters.
Oh, nice, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
Pink
you
Floyd.
go there, it's just like
He put together a hell of a show. Like,
no, but just the music, it's soothing, and then there's all these things happening
wall and the
and
building
crazy,
and,
and
it comes down.
and,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
pretty-
all
it's-
the political stuff.
Yeah.
and just good shows. But I mean, my favorites like musically would be kind of weird, like Celine.
nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just you go there and you're like, oh my god, and she's not really my favorite artist per se,
But her show,
but the things she does and
She's
and,
a
and,
beast.
and the sound and
it's perfection.
yeah.
You know, the keyboard player, so they have a grand piano
Yeah.
on stage, but it's not a real grand piano. They put an electric
Yeah.
keyboard because the tuning on a grand piano is so hard.
Yeah, and you are
Yeah,
you're
right.
there for
you
4
put
hours there before the
you
show.
put
Yeah,
an electric piano
Yeah.
in there, so you have the look of the grand. But I mean,
Yeah.
the band sounds pristine. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, if you had to pick your all-time best guitar player of all time,
all time. The answer is never gonna change because
love
that's
that. See,
who
I
I
love
really relate to, and there's actually two of them, But I'm gonna say it's Jimmy Page.
Okay.
And the other guy would be modern would be Sambora.
oh, Richie Sambora, yeah.
But I think Jimmy Page and Clapton would. I wouldn't be if you said choose between the two. I couldn't.
Gotcha.
But Jimmy Page is like that raunchy bluesy. That was me.
I
That
like
was
Jimmy Page,
and you might not know this or you might know this. Lipstick. We were a Zeppelin tribute on the side.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
So when we did 3 sets, one of our sets was Zeppelin. Yeah.
Paulo was singing that?
Yeah. Oh,
Paulo
yeah.
sings-
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, and
man.
he did it amazing. Plus,
would
he had
imagine.
the big,
He had the hair and
the
everything.
big lioness
Wow.
hair, and yeah. And
That's
we
really
pulled
cool.
It. Yeah, we pulled it off. Yeah.
Wow. What was the Zeppelin tribute called?
We weren't called. We started one after Lipstick. We called it Black Dog, but I was there for a little while, and Paul continued with someone else. But we were Lipstick. Like
Wow.
we were Lipstick at a bar.
And then you would do Zeppelin.
And one set would be like Van Halen, Ozzy, all the covers. One set would be our stuff, and one set would be all Zeppelin.
How cool is that show?
And,
How cool
and,
is
yeah,
that show?
And this was like back in the day when there was brasseries, when Loretto was a brasserie, and there was shooters, there was rock
Shooters
piles,
Pub, Rock Pile, yeah.
So Jimmy Page for sure as a rocker, But then there's my other side of me. There's like guys like Andy Summers, which and a lot of I was telling my friend is like if it wasn't for Andy Summers, there'd be no Edge.
It's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like because even though the Edge did the special with
Yeah.
with Page, with Jimmy Page
Yeah.
and what's Jack.
So which special is this? Hold on.
There was a special with Jimmy Page. He was showing how he got his guitar tones, and there was
cool.
the Edge and Jack from Seven Army Nation. What's his name?
Oh, I don't
What's
know.
his freaking name?
Seven
It's right here. Anyway, like guys like Andy Summers, they would like the new wave stuff, the
Avant-garde, that different
the
sound.
Flock of Seagulls and the Tears
Oh my
for Fears,
gosh.
and that was I think
Yeah.
that was their guitar hero at the time, And
So I'm going to ask a quick...
Oh, wait, before you do that, I want to interrupt. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they were inducted in the Hall of Fame, the Police, in 2003
There you see the
There
by
you go.
Gwen Stefani.
See, by Gwen Stefani. What the fuck?
Yeah.
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 She should learn how to do the national anthem. That's all I'm saying. Did you ever hear that version?
No.
Oh my
And
god.
as songwriters,
Was
they
it
were.
her?
Yeah. As
That did
which
that
one?
fuck. There was a girl. I think it was Gwen Stefani that sang a national anthem before a game, and I wanted to fucking throw up. I was like, what the hell is
A
that?
lot of them don't cut it.
Holy shit!
But the Police actually were inducted as in the Hall of Fame as songwriters in 2002.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, that's what she see. There you go.
Just
Lisa.
saying.
So this
Fun
is
You
the
know,
segment.
You're good, you.
Yeah.
I find really fun.
Yeah.
We've been doing it because Francesca asked me once this question, and I love the question so much. I have to do it on every episode of Sessions with Steph. I ask this question because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you, Charles, put together your all-time band of anyone living, dead. You pick the musician who's playing what. You can have 2 guitar players, 3, keyboard, whatever you, a choir, whatever you want. Like who's fronting, who's playing guitar, who's playing bass, who's playing drums. What's your all-time band?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a hell of a
Okay,
question.
I gotta make it interesting for you.
I love it. You see, I love it.
So it would be 2 guitar players,
For
but
sure.
one of them would be the lead singer, which wouldn't be me.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get to that at the end. So let's go with drums.
Okay.
Famous? They have to be famous.
No, if you like them, if it's your all-time band. If it's Lars, it's Lars.
Drummers.
You know what helps, eh? To come up with a
It
drummer.
helps.
That
just
guy
saying.
over
It helps
there.
for the
I'm just
synapse
saying.
to fire.
It
Yeah.
helps to know drummers. It helps to have a Scotch.
Okay. I hope he hears this.
Yeah.
My favorite drummer
Yeah.
that I played with, and he's my favorite drummer.
Oh,
is,
okay.
Is Ange Curcio.
Oh, I don't know.
Angelo. He played with me.
Okay.
He was in Lipstick, and he plays with Aldo Nova, and he's played with
Okay. Well,
Eric Lapointe.
there you go.
So
okay.
he was in Lipstick, and bass player.
Wow, you're going with a local dude, man. With all with
Yeah,
the John Bonhams out there.
But
that's awesome.
He's that guy. He's that guy,
Amazing. Hey, man.
right? Bass player. It's hard because there's not
Flea is
many
huge.
that stand out. Yeah, but he's special. He's great, but he dominates his band.
True.
I'm talking like a bass player. Like
You just want a guy to sit in the groove
yeah.
and play.
yeah, like Flea would me and him we'd have to be writing like completely different music.
Gotcha,
You know,
yeah.
because he's like there. You
Yeah.
know, there's that fun
Yeah,
guitar,
he's-
and then there's him. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
uh,
He
keeping
takes
it
a lot of
busy.
space in the band.
Yeah.
So Michael Anthony, man,
Michael Anthony.
right? Because
Yeah.
Michael Anthony is a hell of a bass player.
Yeah.
It just you don't see it with Van Halen because you have Eddie doing everything.
Okay, but here's the twist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me, I love this.
Richie Sambora
Yeah.
singing, playing guitar.
Love it.
And me like whatever he wants me to do.
Whatever.
play chord, play.
Clean my shoes, bro. Okay,
Because
whatever.
that guy's voice
You're
is
right.
so beautiful.
You're right.
You know.
You're right.
And
I have to
and
say,
and he does it.
powerful. He's powerful as shit.
Yes, but it's beautiful. It's and you know, Bon Jovi's voice was great, and he's Bon Jovi.
No, now.
Yeah, I'm not talking technically. I'm saying like as a tone, as
Then,
an
yeah.
ambiance, like. But Richie is like he's like my male Celine. Like,
But wouldn't you?
know?
I remember even as a kid listening to "Wanted Dead or Alive,"
Yeah,
and when Richie sang those notes,
Yeah.
they stuck out to me
Yeah.
almost more than John Bon Jovi.
they did.
They
did.
Want it. The fucking power was like, whoa, dude.
But that's
what
why the
fuck?
fan club is like,
Yeah.
you know, they were divided when he left. You
Yeah.
know, because he's, you know, as an entity, he's the other half
it
of,
was
of
the
the
duo.
sound.
It was the duo,
But even behind all that, because right now I haven't finished reading it, but I'm reading Living on a Prayer
Okay.
by Desmond Child. So, see, a lot of things we didn't know before social media, right?
Gotcha.
So these artists come out, yeah, I wrote You Give Love a Bad Name. I wrote Living on a Prayer.
Yeah.
Now I know, no, you didn't. You were in the room, right?
Yeah.
You're one of the songwriters that wrote Living on a Prayer, and Richie Sambora is one of, but Desmond Child was the guy who put it together that you hired to make the
it sound
song
good.
be inspired in this room, right?
Fuck.
So Desmond Child came out with I Was Made for Loving You.
Okay.
So he wrote that
Oh shit.
with Kiss.
Yeah.
So we were not even walking,
Yeah.
right? And then he started working with Bon Jovi, right? Then Alice Cooper. So if you read the book, like there's just, it goes on and on. He wrote Last Friday Night. He wrote La Copa de la Vida Loca.
Oh my god, are you serious?
He wrote the same song for 5 different artists. So You Give Love a Bad Name. Then there's a country artist. There's the other ones, Kings and Queens. Kings and Queens on the thing on the throne.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Ava,
You give
somebody.
love
Yeah.
a bad name.
What the fuck?
So it's the same guy, right? So
Yeah.
this guy, today, he wrote a book, it's an awesome book, and he's the reason these songs exist. Doesn't mean John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora didn't write these songs, but they wrote it with him. But when we didn't know, if you didn't read the credits on the record, right? It was, we wrote, but you did, but you forgot to mention this poor guy that's the brains, the guy you hired. He wrote Aerosmith. A dude looks like a lady.
Oh, wow.
So it goes, like, the list doesn't end.
Yeah.
Like, it just, look him up, Desmond Child.
I've heard of it.
Well,
Sure.
we heard of him before, but he was this ghost who's just the name.
Yeah.
And now, like, I've interacted with him on Instagram, believe it or not.
Oh, cool.
I paid for one of his sessions one night to go live. Like, he was
really cool.
giving a songwriter's course. And so there's so many things we don't know. So, like, you take a guy like Richie Sambora, he is one of the writers, the principal writers of Bon Jovi. So that's where that sound comes from.
He was.
And if you go before that, and people really don't know this stuff, Bon Jovi worked with Aldo Nova before the band was even formed. And I still think...
They're best friends, right?
They were. I don't know anymore, but whatever. But that's none of my business. But if you listen to Aldo Nova's Fantasy and you listen to Bon Jovi's Runaway, and I think Aldo Nova gave him his sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or contributed enormously to that and so there's so many things, like, and then, like, you can't take it away. You get a presence like Bon Jovi. He's become Mick Jagger. He's that guy.
I remember one day I was with my mother-in-law. We were at a family wedding, and I don't know what Bon Jovi came up, and my mother-in-law, who at the time was like 67, 68, she went, "Whoa, that's a piece of man, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, well, okay, cool." Yeah. And that same night, I was at a wedding, and I was talking to my cousin, who was like 22 at the time. And I don't know why, but Bon Jovi came up, and she said, "Oh my God, what a hunk."
Yeah.
And I was like...
See, I never saw that.
I didn't see that either. But I was like, hey, when a guy can, appeal to a 22-year-old and a 67-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Amazing.
Like, he's got there's something about him that he can appeal to everybody. And that's the tribute to him. Like, it's good for him.
But
he was able to do it.
It's merited.
And he did it for not 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. He did it for...
Yeah, and he did it during grunge. He did it 3 times a year.
Yeah.
He did it 4 nights in a row and sold out. And even them, I saw them at Saint Denis Theater.
Wow, that's a good show.
They did a show for the Missing Children's Network. This is like early 90s. And like they were, again, right there.
Yeah.
And I've seen New Jersey. I've seen with the catwalk. Like and that night, there was the New Jersey at the Forum.
Okay.
There was like between 5 and 10 lipstick T-shirts in the audience.
Oh, cool!
So it was like, wow,
what's happening, man?
Yeah, crazy.
That's cool.
And it was just fun. Those days were fun, and guys like Bon Jovi, and Poison, and
Cherry Pie,
and Warrant, and they were just amazing. Skid Row, but Bon Jovi had longevity, and they were also, again, they've written songs, which I'm reading in this book, for artists that we never heard about.
I know.
Like Richie Sambora and Bon Jovi together have written country songs for artists.
Tons of country songs, yeah.
So they're songwriters, and those guys are never gonna die. And then you add that he had that masculine...
The look, the sound.
And Richie Sambora too. The whole band looked great, but they were like... the power duo, the Toxic Twins,
duo. David Bryan was a great keyboard player. The drummer too,
Tico Torres.
They're great drummers, but they're not like, oh my God, like Tico's he's there.
Yeah.
But when you have Richie and John,
Yeah.
that's the focal point. The rest,
Yeah.
the melodies are amazing. Every song is an anthem, and Tico Torres didn't need to be a John Bon.
No.
It just, you didn't need, he just had to lay down the beat, man,
Yeah.
and put that cigarette in his mouth and look cool. And that's what he did. And he did it amazingly.
So that's my dream band.
So,
You
okay,
like
so
it?
we had the bass, Michael Anthony. We had you and the Richie Sambora.
And Ange.
And he's,
And then
and Ange, yeah.
keyboard, I don't know. That's hard.
if you want one, if you don't have to, right?
Yeah.
Up to you.
But that's the band.
That's the band.
There's 5 members, right? There's 4.
And many and you
but-
want. If you want a backup
No.
singer,
But I'm saying right there, like
It's a
Richie
monster
singing,
band.
playing guitar.
Yeah.
Me, like, okay, once in a while on the
take
one.
a song.
Just
take a song here and there.
strum
if
a
you
chord
want.
on the one, and these guys would just kill it, and
for sure.
so that would be like a fun band for me, and
For
then,
sure. And who's the second guitar? Oh no, you and
Yeah.
Richie. That's right. So you would take the solos then, because he's singing.
I don't know. He could take the solos too. He's
At that point, let me sit down and watch a show. I'll have a
just great.
scotch.
No,
and we're
just
good.
being in that and so that would be the band I'd want to be in. But that guy's voice, like I envy his voice. Like I wish I had that. And I'm sure most singers would.
Would, of
And
course.
did you ever hear the whole album "Stranger in This Town"? Yeah.
His album.
Yeah,
I don't know if I heard the whole. I heard songs from it.
crazy.
I would imagine.
Crazy.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's no, they're good. They're good musicians. That's why they lasted all these years.
Yeah.
So Charles, where do we find the videos? Is it all on YouTube? Is it all
Everything is on YouTube. I have a video for each song I've written. There's all the other platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you could find.
We can find you as well, Charles Vaccaro on Facebook,
Yeah,
Instagram.
I haven't made it public, but I have a website.
Okay.
It's charlesvroxvaccaro.com.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, no dots, no anything. So charlesvroxvaccaro.com, and I put it together myself. So
wow.
So it's I
Homemade.
like it.
It's homemade.
Way to go, man.
It's with Squarebox.
And you know what? We're gonna do a shout out because
Yeah.
what you're wearing is Planet Capital,
Yes.
which is his son's line of clothing, guys.
Yep.
So my son,
This is amazing.
2 years ago,
16, guys. Let's just keep
at
that in
14,
mind.
he started his clothing line,
Wow.
and he has a partner, Evan, and they've been working at it really hard. And again, there's the youth factor in there.
Yeah.
They understand social media, and they have a page called Planet_Capital, and they have urban clothing for young people. They're mostly hoodies with sweatpants
and wow,
and some soccer style kind of t-shirts.
amazing.
And they've been going at it, and now the last few drops, they've been getting orders from Dubai, from Vancouver,
Wow.
from
that's
Seattle,
awesome.
from
Look
Toronto.
at that, man.
So I'm a proud dad, and
Obviously,
I'm shouting them out because the clothes, I wear them because they're amazing, and
Yeah.
it's the hands work, and just it's nice to see, and of course he's my son, but to see young people,
Have that entrepreneurship.
and the hustle and the fun part of it. And I told you he hooked up when he launched the soccer line. They hooked up a soccer tournament, and 12 different teams of 3 signed up, and they all showed up, and me and my wife, we're just watching from the background, and it all fell into place perfectly. And they had a videographer, and they had other guys posting live, and it was like a whole production. And I'm like, last year he was 15, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is good. I hope
good on him, man.
they prosper into like becoming
Honestly,
like a Tommy Hilfiger or whatever.
Honestly, whether it be clothing line or not, because it could change.
Yeah.
But if you have that at 15,
Yeah.
you know that the future, he can turn this cup into, speaking of which, we have to do it here. He can turn this cup and market it and get a website
I thought
going.
you were gonna say like you could turn this cup into scotch, but it
It
already,
already
is.
is. No, but he can turn it into money. And that's what's important.
So that's thanks for the shout out. So it's Planet_Capital on Instagram, And me, I started
Well, hey man, St. Leonard rock
can't
pile.
take it out of me, eh? And I put up the website, one, for fun, because I like to keep up with technology, and two, I'm not using it yet, so I haven't, there's a mailing list and all that. It's more like maybe in the future I'm going to use it for other purposes, charity stuff, or I enjoy music. I have a network with you in it, old friends, new friends, people in Italy, in Europe. I still talk to them. They're into the hair metal stuff, and it's just so fun to just, the other day, this guy Andre Zuz, that's his last name. He's Australian, and he wrote, "Hey Charles, how you doing? How's everything? And just that is like, I'm being thought of,
but you're that guy, right?
It's
you're the guy. You're the friendly guy. You always respect everybody, so it's easy to reach out to you. Right? Because of you. It's not because of anyone else. It's because of you.
No, thanks, but it feels good. Like if you reach out to me, it's amazing. But I know you. Yeah. But
it's years of
and it's the same feeling. But this guy is like, he lives in Australia. Like he just randomly. No, it was random. Yeah. How's it going? Like just that. It's like, wow.
I think can you do this track for me is coming up.
No, he's not a musician. He's a collector. He collects rock, old 80s rock paraphernalia. He bought 2 lipstick t-shirts off me like 5-6 years ago.
Wow.
But just that moment, like how many times have we called each other, "Hey, what do you want?" Nothing, dude. I'm just calling to say hi. But you didn't say what do you want, but hey, can I help you? No, dude. I just called to say, hey, how's it going?
It's been a while. It's been too long.
It's heartwarming. It's nice. It's beautiful. And we're here. We're here. We're having fun. And you guys, like you started something that you gotta be perseverant and not let it knock you. It's like doing music, right? So you guys reach out to our community and expanding and look, now you got a guy that is endorsing.
We have endorsed. You know what? We're getting this because it's a specialized community. This music, as musicians, I get emails. Hey, I'd love to be on your show. People that I've never met. I can name you 4 or 5 bands that I met here. And it's cool. I love it. I want to keep meeting. First of all, money-wise, we're not doing this we're not,
but
I'm not buying a house with this, like, for sure. But we do appreciate the sponsors.
Yeah.
But if I didn't love this, I wouldn't do it. Yeah. So it's so much fun doing this. We also have, shout out to Lisa and Francesca. They have a podcast called Let's Talk It Out. So it gives us more of a reach to advertise. It's Lisa and Francesca's podcast is more, I don't want to say, it's not geared more towards women, but it's there's more artists and there could be a makeup artist,
businesses, entrepreneurs,
comedians. It's a bit of everything.
Talent,
but it's a different crowd. Like, the sessions with Stef, there's a lot of musicians and music lovers. So I have fans writing me, "Hey, you should do this band. They're really cool. I saw you do this band. Consider this person too," and it's cool. It's so much fun.
But it's got to be that. It's got to be fun. Like sometimes people ask me, like, "How come you do renos?" And it's because there's an artistic factor to it. Yeah. It's not just tearing down. No, it's absolutely. When I put it back up and the client's happy. Yeah. And it's just nice. And I've done the corporate jobs, I've done the sale, and they were great, but like, okay, here we go again, we get in the car. And so there's that artistic thing. And you guys, you're here, you're away from your home, there's a vibe to it, right? And also there's, you can't stop what you're doing.
That's true, yeah.
So, like, some people, you still do music. Well, yeah, you play hockey, ball hockey on Thursdays, and you go golfing every Sunday. Yeah. I go downstairs and I play my acoustic. Did I write a song? Did I? Some days I don't even feel like playing, but I just go to, get away. So that's my thing,
Amazing, Charles. I'd like to thank you, by the way. Thank you so much.
I brought you a little something.
Yes. Oh, let's talk about it.
And we won't, because this is a musical session.
Well, but you know what? Let me mention this to you. So this is the first thing, and we're gonna have you. Actually, you're also gonna be on Let's Talk It Out with this. But so last week I had December Rose on, and she came up with a word, and I'm gonna use it all the time. It's called artistpreneur.
There you go.
And I said, you know what? It's a fucking genius. She said it. I'm not gonna coin it. And that's what, as musicians, I feel we need to be artistpreneurs. We're artists,
yes,
but we need to find a way to monetize this, that, and do things that we enjoy, to be creative. We always need to be creative as artists.
Yeah.
I find this podcast, I'm creative as well. So that's why it keeps me going, and I love it. And you found another way. You opened up.
I didn't open up.
Okay.
So there's my friend Joe, who's been my friend 35 years. Okay. I've worked with him at Cellular One, Boomerang, and he's also from St. Leonard.
Okay.
So, he went to high school with some of my cousins and stuff, but we've been best friends since then. We speak every day.
Okay.
It's that kind of thing. And he's a sommelier.
Okay. Oh,
from 15
wow.
years. It's 15 years. After we stopped working, he opened up a little chocolate shop on the South Shore, and he evolved into becoming a sommelier. So he's worked commercially for the SAQ and himself, and so he was private import.
Yeah.
So this is part of our collection right now. And what it is private import is you can't buy it at the SAQ.
It has to be through
me.
Yeah.
But everything that has to do with alcohol goes through the SAQ.
Yeah.
That's just how things run.
So you can't just buy it at the SAQ, but you can call Charles to buy it.
Yeah.
And then he's going to guide you how to get it from the SAQ. Because
the
SAQ...
No, you get it from me.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is when the agent here that represents us, right? We want a certain amount of wine of this or other brands and other wineries, whether they're from Italy or France or Spain. Okay. The agent orders them. Then they go through the SAQ. They get tagged, which means they get their cut. And then they release it. Then I pick it up, and then I need to sell it, right?
To sell it to whoever.
So that's why it's called private. So you can't buy this at the SAQ. So if you buy it off me, or you let's say a restaurant would carry this bottle, you won't find it at the SAQ for $30 cheaper, or
exactly.
It's your wine now. It's like a kind of an exclusivity. So, anyways, business was business for everybody before COVID, and during COVID things slowed down. And then I was talking to Joe, and I'm like, dude, I want to slow down a little bit too with the construction. Yeah. If you need help, let's do this. So we started. We did our first wine tasting in November, and we're gonna build it up because the clientele changed too a little bit.
Of course.
Before it was older gentlemen or people buying $5,000-$6,000 at a shot. For their wine cellars. COVID knocked that market a little bit out. So we're gonna, do tastings at local restaurants, cigar lounges, cigar night with wine. And then you want to buy, you buy.
So what's the name of the company? Where do we find it?
We just started our. Our Instagram page is Corked.
Okay. Yeah.
By Lily de Florence. Okay.
I'm gonna put that all.
So the name Corked. It's with a K, 2 Ks. The O has 2 dots.
Yeah.
And that's new. And Lily de Florence was Joe's company before. And coincidentally, Lily de Florence is a bistro, I think, in Florence.
Okay.
But Florence apparently at one point was inhabited by French people, so it's Lily de Florence.
Okay.
And Joe and his wife adopted a young girl 15 years ago. Her name is Lily. So there's a bit of love in there, and history. So it's Corked by Lily de Florence on Facebook, on Facebook and Instagram page.
And you can also reach out to Charles if you want to buy.
And we will be having So this is a Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, Montanero.
Looks great.
And so it's all quality stuff, and the prices are affordable. You could go from $20 to $80 bottles, but again, there's other clienteles for stuff like that. So it's private.
Can you buy one bottle, or is it bulk?
No, you can't. You could buy one bottle off me, but if when we do our wine tasting, it's 6 or 12.
Okay.
But then you get, like I'm saying, you get 2-3 guys, or
Yeah,
split
for
it.
sure.
But you're gonna buy 6 bottles anyways somewhere else. Maybe not at once, but you buy them. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're trying to.
You're gonna get a bunch of texts. Hey, bro, can I buy one bottle? You're gonna start going crazy.
The thing, there's still these people that own wine cellars at home that still buy.
Sure.
But what we discussed among ourselves is, since COVID, like, a lot of people became wine drinkers. So let's go out, and you gotta hustle a little more.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Let's go find them.
And whatever happens, and you're gonna buy it somewhere else. You might love this bottle, and wow,
You might get an order next week, bro.
and so we have wine lists, and we have what we just got news is that one of our wineries in Tuscany called the Fattoria Fibiano, they just gave Joe and me an exclusivity on a wine called Centoventi. So there's that Italian flair. And Centoventi is how old the vines are. They're 120 years old. Wow. And we're going to be the only people that have it in Canada. So
fantastic.
You know what I mean? So that means that you can't get it anywhere. And so whatever. And for me, it's me being put on a spot where I need to think again and become creative with my partner Joe. And I'm continue what I'm doing.
Good.
With the music and the family life and the four nights a week hockey.
Yeah. My daughter used to play. I know.
It is what it is.
And it's great. And also I'm getting older. I don't post this stuff because it's not me. But 2022, I was home for a year. I busted my rotator cuff, so it was 8 months of physio. I just had surgery for my
carpal
tunnel. So, we got to slow down a little bit.
You know what? It hurts less with this. That's all I've learned through the years. I'm going to drink to that. I'm going to say cheers.
But, thanks for the plug. And, there's many, we're in with the community. So this could be a corporate event. Mm-hmm. You have a party. You want to use your own wines instead of the halls or whatever.
Absolutely.
You can order from us. You have a golf tournament. You have anything. You know what I mean? And
I'm excited to try it, actually. And you know what? Next week on Sessions with Stef, I'm going to talk about it to see how good it is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Again, Charles, thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to do this again.
Because of course, it's an open book. Whenever you want, you can call her. When I'm going to call you, so don't worry about it.
I was like, what are you doing Wednesday?
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know.
I guess I'm doing the podcast.
Yep. Great. Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
We covered so much history, so much,
Always.
And being in this room, back to M, which is Emerge, right?
Yeah.
It's so amazing because the other night, and this is a plug for him now. Yeah. We're talking about my son doing the clothing, and he brought back like this vivid memory. He goes, dude, remember when I was 16? I was silk printing my T-shirts.
His T-shirts,
and I'm like, wow,
fucking Yeah, he used to sell T-shirts when he was 16.
I know, really?
Yeah. So now he's doing stuff for Petinos restaurants, and I think he did Milano. I think he did.
Well, if we did a Let's Talk It Out live at his art exhibit, him and 2 other artists, they had an art exhibit at.
I was there on the Monday.
I
missed you guys.
We were there on the Tuesday, and we did a live, and it's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Like if you want to check that out, you can see what M did at this art exhibit. It's on Let's Talk It Out. You can sign up for that, and man, thank you so much again.
Thank you guys.
We'll definitely do it again. Guys, thank you all for listening. Of course, you can catch us on YouTube. You can subscribe. You can share that. You can listen on Spotify. You can listen on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, all of that stuff. Google something.
Podcast.
I don't know, Google something or whatever. Sessions with Stef it's a blast. Thank you to our sponsors, of course, Master Malo, amazing guys. Go check out Stef10 is the code if you want to get a mastering done for any song. And again, always send us comments, feedback. If you have any guests that you want on Sessions with Stef, or Let's Talk It Out, check it out. Give us a call. Send us an email. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. All of that stuff. We got Charles V.Rox Vaccaro right here. You can check his website, as he mentioned, and as you saw on the screen. And listen to his songs on YouTube. Guy's phenomenal guitar player, great singer. Check it out. He's got more stuff coming. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Sessions with Stef is now done.